In the last couple Ramcharger videos, I mentioned that I've been chasing this horrible vibration and I couldn't figure it out. See, there it goes. I've gone to the ends with switching out my shims in the rear axle to change the pinion angle, but it turns out, as I've learned as of late, that you have to time your drive shaft. So here I am trying to time the engine, and this whole time, my drive shaft has been out of timing. So if you look at the end of the drive shaft, you want the back end and the front end to match, and mine do not match at all. I've already put the shims back where they're supposed to be in order to lift up the pinion angle on the rear differential. Now it's just about getting this drive shaft in the right position, and hopefully, Lord, hopefully that's it, and then we can focus on timing this bad boy. So basically I'm just making sure this yoke is now in line with the back of the drive shaft, which now it is. So we can go ahead and put this bad boy back on. That's all she wrote. Let's see how it drives now. All right, so before I actually drive it, I want to see why this heater valve is leaking, because once it warms up, it really starts leaking pretty bad. And if I can avoid cleaning up any more spills, that'd be great. The only bummer is that this valve is new, so I'm wondering if it's just a hose clamp, if it's just a hose problem, or if it's the valve itself that's leaking. You know, I didn't even check if it was tight before. I just started taking it off. I should have checked. It's okay. Buddy, if you leak after this, we're just going to delete you. God, thank you. Oh, dude, this is just no, it died. No, I'm facing your car. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. It's just, it died as I was going straight into another. Oh, dude, come on. Once it warms up, it's still go. We'll just keep our foot on the gas a little bit. Yeah, guys, the vibration's gone. The vibration is gone. It just died when I was entering the cul-de-sac and there was a car right in front of me, and I was headed straight towards it. All right, put it in drive. This is good. This is really good. This is so good. Vibration's gone. This thing is a tank. All right, let's go. Dude, I'm so stoked. I still gotta tune it though. We hit second gear. This is dope. And if you guys remember, the transmission does have a shift kit in it. This is freaking rad. All right, I'm gonna do a wrap around. I thought I was gonna do a wrap around. I can't wait for Dad to drive this thing. He's putting a lot of work into this. I think he's really gonna enjoy it. I'm actually gonna go back to his place and pick up the CJ7 battery, so I can throw it in the CJ7, because I need to finish some work on that as well. Nothing too crazy. Just gonna cut up the hood. All right, guys, I'm pretty sure this is where I'm gonna finish off with the Ramcharger today. God, it just looks so freaking menacing. This thing is such a beast. Really, I'm waiting for those parts for the driver door. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that door together. I think I have a set of speakers that I want to try and throw in there as well. And then I'm gonna go ahead and diagnose what I've got left with the gauges not working. After that, I think it's really time to start getting ready to wire up these hella lights that I have here, and the rear spotlight, as well as this front bumper light as well. I need to start figuring that stuff out. And of course, continue to time it, tune it, and get this thing running nice. I mean, just driving it the little bit I have has been a ton of fun. So my dad's away on a trip right now, and he has no idea that I've got this thing running and driving as good as it is right now. But I'm telling you, he's gonna freaking love it when he comes back and sees that it runs and drives. Every time I look at it, I fall in love with this truck even more. It looks just so badass. Gosh, super happy. And thank you guys for following along on this journey. I still want to go off-roading in it. I still want to take it to Hidden Falls, but I'm looking at the calendar and the drift events coming up. We got SEMA coming up, Holly Ford Fest, and it doesn't look like I'll be able to make it. I might be able to take the Jeep out and go wheeling with that, but the Ramcharger, there's still a long list of things to do. And you guys already know the last 10% of any vehicle build always takes the longest. Now, over the past few weeks, what I've been doing is getting my garage kind of cleaned up and organized so I can really continue to pursue drifting and get everything in order like it used to be when I was autocrossing and racing the Challenger. In that process, I actually found the template to cut out the hood on the Jeep for the Poison Spider hood vent. As you can see here, the hood is not cut at all. In fact, all I did was bolt down the Poison Spider hood vent with the idea that I was going to cut out the hood, but I never actually did it. And cleaning up the garage, I found the template, so that's exactly what I'm going to do right now, is get this templated up, start drilling some holes, and start grinding away. So that'll at least get done. I can throw that template away, and it's another thing off my checklist. Just like that, I cut up a perfectly good CJ7 hood. Now, the only thing that did throw me off was right back here where these vents are. There's like that structure, and it doesn't really say if I need to cut that structure out or not. I decided to leave it in, and then I went ahead and taped up and painted around all the edges with Rust-Oleum, just black paint, to cover any exposed metal to reduce any possibility of rust. Now, that wasn't too bad of a job. I always forget how dirty metalworking is, and now I'm like, now I feel really stupid for saying that I wasn't going to remove the hood and cut it, because now everything's covered in metal shavings and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do now is put the the Poison Spider vent on, bolt it all down, and then spray this Jeep off because it is covered in dirt now. Other than that, I'm pretty excited. Should have done this like 6 years ago, but here we are. So let's get it done. Alright, so now that I finally got that done, I feel pretty good. The only thing is that some of these bolts, like that one right there, I need to replace them. I have about 5 of them that I need to purchase. And the closest Ace Hardware is in the next town over in Wimberley. And I think that's going to be a good time to go on a small hill country cruise and check out this one back road that I want to take into town. So, other than that, I'm about to spray off the Jeep from all this dust that I got on top of there. Amazon did stop by, and I did get the new fuses for the Ramcharger as well. But for now, let's rinse this bad boy off and head to town tomorrow. Alright, so pretty much finished up the Jeep, got the vent all buttoned up. I didn't film going out to the store on that back road. We decided to save that for another day because it's entirely still too hot. Got my high lift jack mounted back up on the hood where it belongs, and everything is a-okay. I did take the doors off. It's a little cooler this morning. Enjoyed the nice cooler weather, but it is about to heat up. Alright, one of the things I've been really complaining about is the visibility in the windshield. And it's super dirty, and when you hit it with just glass cleaner, there's so many sediments and deposit on it that it just doesn't clean the windshield good enough. But I have a little trick for that, and that's steel wool. So you use any glass cleaner that you want and some 0000 steel wool, and it'll polish the glass and take off any sediment deposits that are on the glass. Now, I did this all the time on the Challenger's windshield, on the Challenger windows, because I wanted that clear visibility when I was doing autocross or road racing. I've done the same thing on the Mustang. That windshield is just a little beat up. But what I'm gonna do now is I've already done it on one corner of the windshield, and it's 10 times better. It's not 100%, but this windshield definitely needs it inside and out. So that's what I'm about to do, is show you guys real quick. All right, it might be a little hard to pick up on camera, but I've only done this corner right here. You see it's kind of clear, and then when you come over here, you can start seeing how dirty it is. So All I did was hit it with a little steel wool and glass cleaner right there. I need to do the inside and the outside, but I'm about to knock out the whole outside right now. Yeah, that's much better. And if you didn't take anything away from today's video, you took away how to get the world's cleanest glass. All right, on top of having the world's cleanest glass, put some air fresheners in this bad boy, so it can start smelling like a nice truck instead of a rusty pile. Now, on Amazon, I did get those glass fuses, and if you need glass fuses, I'll go ahead and link these down to my Amazon store below. As an Amazon affiliate, I do get a commission based off sales that I make, so any little bit's greatly appreciated. I think in my lifetime I've made about $5, but that's thanks to you guys, so thank you so much. So I think I have enough glass fuses for the rest of my Ramcharger ownership days. You can see right here, I've got a ton of them. So I'm looking at 360 pieces of fast blow glass fuses, and I have an assortment from 2 amp, 3 amp, 4 amp, 1 amp, 5 amp, 7, 8, 10, 15 amp, 20 amp. So got plenty of everything that I need to change my fuses out. So I'm gonna go ahead and start swapping these out. All right, got the AC fans working. I know the temperature gauge works. My oil and fuel still don't work. So fuel, I'm pretty sure it's just the ground back at the sending unit, and oil pressure, I need to figure that one out. Because even with giving it gas, it shows 0 oil pressure, which it didn't do that before. All right, cool. Go ahead and turn off the AC fan. It feels kind of nice. There's no Freon in it, but the fans work. Okay. Okay, so time to keep diagnosing. All right, guys, that's gonna pretty much wrap up the content for today. I ended up fixing the oil pressure gauge. Wouldn't believe it. It just wasn't plugged in the oil pressure sending unit on the back of the block next to the distributor. So that fixed that, which leads me to believe that the fuel gauge not working is also related to something not plugged in or ground that's not ground correctly. But I'm still waiting for those last few pieces for the driver's side door. So once that comes in, I'll dive back into the Ramcharger content. I appreciate you guys watching. Next up is I need to really correctly set the initial timing and then the total timing for it to run good. The Jeep, for the most part, is pretty much ready to go on its first adventure trail. Again, it's so hot out here. I'm waiting until the fall before I actually pull this thing out and drive it on some trails. We took it out last night, and Ashley said, like, yeah, it's hot. And I told her, like, that's why I don't want to drive the Jeep all the way to an adventure park, drive it all day, and then drive all the way back home, because it's just not the most comfortable thing in the world. All right, here we have the CJ7. For the first time, I think, ever, we actually drove it with the doors off. Completely different experience, and we drove it at nighttime. It was super nice. We actually just threw the half doors in the back. And if you look here, I need to repaint these door covers, and those are off a TJ, not a YJ. Other than that, I need to finish wiring up these 2 lights here. These 2 up here are wired, but with these new LED headlamps that I got, they are linked in Amazon as well. They are super bright, and you just can't go wrong with cheap lights that light up until tomorrow. Let's take a look at the work I did under here now that I'm out of the garage, because I don't remember what I filmed. But yeah, just stepping back and looking at this like this, I've always liked when like the super off-road Jeeps have their hoods cut like that for the vents. So I'm super happy I finally got that done. It took way too long, again, because a lot of the paint chips around these edges right here, this indentation here, I'm gonna tape everything off, mask everything off, and just hit it with some Rust-Oleum black paint to make it look just a little nicer. other than that, pretty happy, pretty stoked. All right guys, that's gonna wrap up today's video. Again, when those Ramcharger parts come in, I'm gonna finish that driver door, and then I'm gonna go ahead and set my initial timing and total timing, and the next time you guys see the Ramcharger, it will be running and driving, hopefully, fingers crossed. I mean, there might be some more gremlins I don't know about. But other than that, I have to make a lot of changes on the Drift Mustang. Suspension wise, I need to make some changes on my dampening, ride height adjustments, and then some tests before we go to our next Drift event, which is going to be Dreamers of Drift. And right after that, Dreamers of Drift is on the 21st of September. We turn around and go to Holly Ford Fest with Isaac, aka Turtle Media. So I'll be helping him for that week. And then after that, we have a couple of other really cool events, Chore Off-Road, and then the big end of the year SEMA show, so we'll be there as well. But next up will be quite a bit Drift Mustang content, and then we'll get right back into our 4x4 content as it gets cooler. I think we're gonna hit Hidden Falls Adventure Park. I think we've already agreed we're not gonna drive this thing all the way out there, we're just gonna tow it. Right, babe?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not. It's too hot. Look, I'm sweating right now, I'm beating up. I'll just put this right here for now. So guys, thanks so much for watching. If you like the Ramcharger content, you know what to do. Tap in, hit that like, comment, leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, guys, peace out. I see you.
Ooh.
I see your eyeball.
Oh God. I was probably, can you cut that out?
I could zoom in.
But
I'm leaving all this in.
My arm is dying.
This little camera in your arm is dying?
Yeah. I don't